Wife left me. Initially, I thought it was a joke. I never wanted to make this video. Now, this thing has joked me, honestly. What is the time now? This baby has been crying. This is what she's feeding on. This is what she's feeding on. My wife left me for over 4 days now. 4 to 5 days now. And I was even...
Welcome to the single fatherhood. See, let nothing happen to that child. Let nothing happen to that child. And as for you, the lady, make sure you send him about 2,000 naira once in a while to assist him take care of the child. You get? I just wish women can normalize making these men single fathers. Only 4 days and you are crying. You have not started crying. This is just the beginning. It's the beginning. You are going to feel the heat. Yes.
So guys, in this video we are going to be seeing men crashing out because they say that their baby mamas are not supporting them to raise their kids. Mind you, these men filed for full custody. They filed for full custody of their kids, claiming that these women were unfit. They were unfit to be mothers. They were unfit to be parents. And yeah, they were granted the full custody. But now it's like they don't want it. It's like they are regretting their decision. They are literally crashing out. We are also going to be seeing men complaining that their baby mamas have made them single fathers. Now, I don't know what you all think about this topic. I would love to hear your opinions in the comment section below. And yeah, let's get right into it.
Bro, do you hear yourself though? You're not gonna come get them?
Okay, first of all, where are my kids at?
They in the house. Why do it matter what they have? You're not come get them.
In that case, no, I'm not coming to get them. You took me to court. You damn near made me lose my job. You took these kids out of state. You think I'm not gonna come and get them?
But where I was gonna take? I live in Georgia. Where I was gonna take them, bro? And did you lose your job? You ain't lose your job, right?
That's what you wanted. You wanted them so bad. Have them. That's what you wanted. Now you got it.
Right. Listen. Oh my God! But when you had custody, bro, I was still there helping. I was still helping when you had custody. Can you come? I gotta work. Can you come get them?
No, I cannot. I'm on my way to Cabo.
Bro, all you listen. All you wanna do is argue, bro. That's why I went to court in the first place. It's cool. Bye, man. I can't do it, bro. Oh my God, unfit mom is bro. That's why I took the kids in the first place.
You filed for full custody. What exactly did you think that means? You are the daily parent. You are the full-time parent. There is no 50-50. You take full responsibility. So when you say she's not helping you with something you legally asked to handle yourself. Legally, you asked for full control, but emotionally, you still want partnership. You still want her help. These two things don't align. Like, you can't remove someone from a role, but then you still expect them to perform it when it's convenient. If a man takes you to court and files for full custody, what does that communicate? It communicates that you're unfit, they don't trust you to be a good parent, and they literally can do it on their own. They would rather raise those kids alone. Let's be honest, that hurts. And after all that, you still expect her to jump in and co-parent with you enthusiastically. That's not realistic.
I don't know what to do. Like, this shit get hard. I'm a single father.
That's what you get. You need to think about who you have kids with. Think about why are you acting like you just being here doing this shit by yourself? This is how you men act.
Shit hard on me. I ain't got no job. I can't go to school. I can't do shit.
This is how these men act when it's time to take care of a damn baby. It's crazy.
Myself, it's just so hard and stressful. I don't know what to do.
So you just gonna discredit me for all the help that I give you?
Just take him to the fire station.
So the help I give you ain't enough?
No. No, it ain't. He just needed a mama.
Okay, but he don't have his mom right now. She dropped that baby off on your ass and made you be a father.
I can't do nothing. What about her being a mama?
Why you wasn't there when she was pushing the baby out? I don't even want to hear shit you gotta say. Cause everything you saying, it just.
So I'm dropping my son off for his mom's week. She is not answering the phone. FaceTime, phone call, text message. doorbell at all. It's her week. I have sole legal custody. I call all the shots. She said in court this past Monday, she didn't want nothing to do with him yet again for the third time in court. Fourth time, to my knowledge. One of them was through text message. Yeah, I was snooping. I did. She's somewhere on the island, perhaps. Maybe she pulling, one of them stunts where she went there a month ago and now she's posting it. And legit, she's probably in the house just chilling. Not answering her phone, not fulfilling her parental obligation per court order. And so if you really don't want our son, yo, just do not come back, bro. Like, just do not. He didn't even want to get out the car. When he seen where he was at, he did not want to get out the car. He did not want to go to the door. And he didn't want to be around his mother like that. That's cool. I document everything when he's of age and he's able to understand. Son, here it is. Plain and simple. I'm not going to say nothing. I'm going to let the evidence show you.
This is literally so many women's story, but it's unique to him. And the advice that I'm going to give him in this situation is the same that men often give women in this exact same situation. You should have picked better. You should have chosen better. You should have taken your time to vet that person. For the men who are so quick to be like, man, you can't tell me you didn't know that man wasn't this. You couldn't tell me you didn't know because the man wasn't throwing up gang signs and wearing his pants half off his butt or whatever, that he was going to make a good father. For all of the people who always say that, same. You couldn't tell me this woman that didn't really want to be with you would want to be the mother of your child. I think you're surprised that she pulled that Uno reverse on you and you weren't ready for it. First of all, you shouldn't be having these kinds of conversations in front of your son. I don't care how young he is. You shouldn't have had his unblurred face on the internet while you're telling everybody that the mother told you on more than one occasion that she wanted nothing to do with the son. The video so that we all can know the woman that you chose, or is the video so that she can eventually see it and to feel bad about it? You said that you had no choice but to stalk her and she's on some island somewhere living her best life. You want this video to go viral. You want it to get to her and you want her to feel guilty about it. That she beat you to it. Like you petitioned the court to get sole custody and you got it, but now you're upset that you got it and she doesn't show any interest in trying to also see the child. Like, I don't know what it is that's going on, but I know that posting your personal business on the internet with your child listening to every single word, whether consciously or subconsciously, he's soaking in the fact that you're having issues with the mother. Then you're going to say, he didn't even want to get out the car when we got here. I wonder why. When the daddy is saying all this in front of the child, that he can sense and feel that you don't like the mom. He can feel a shift in energy. He picks up on that. So stop having these grown conversations in front of that little boy.
She can make me take him on my weeks, which I don't mind having my son. He's back.
I'm sure you guys have already seen this video going around socials, all of the socials. Let's discuss. So basically this guy is talking about how he got full custody of his son, who you see sitting in the back seats. And he's, I think, sitting outside his baby mum's house, the mother of his child's house, complaining that she's not present for visitation. But you have to listen really closely to the video because he says a lot of information which would question his motives in the first place. So he says that this woman, the mother of the child, has gone to court and said 3 times that she does not want visitation with this child. So I'm confused as to why he is sitting outside her home or wherever it is, because he's clearly in the car because the car's making pure noise, and upset that she's not mothering. I think he says, she's not mothering my child. She's not mothering my child. However, sir, you went for full custody. What do you think that means? And it seems to me that she's told the court very clearly that she doesn't want any involvement, which I also thought was quite strange. So I did a little bit more digging. So as with TikTok and Twitter and Instagram, all the receipts have come back. And basically what the whole story turns out to be is that they were engaged. So he was engaged to the mother of his child. He left the mother of his child, I believe, either when she was pregnant or 8 months postpartum. And then when she filed for child support, because he was not involved with the child, he then filed for full custody. And it became quite an acrimonious proceedings. And to the point where she said, fine, have full custody. And clearly has disengaged with the process. And now he is upset that she's disengaged with the process, disengaged with her son. But I think to him, more importantly, has disengaged with him. Now, you guys may or may not know this, but this is my bread and butter. I work in this sector. I know about how difficult private proceedings can be. And I see this a lot of the time. A lot of the time, some men will apply for full custody of their child, and then when you explore it with them, they don't want full custody. It's not the full custody that they want. They want to either have more input than what they feel like they are being given, or they want to have more control over the movement or the rights or the decision making in this child's life, even though they are not the main caregiver. And it sounds like this woman said, you know what? I'm not playing games with you. I'm not dealing with you anymore. I think there's a message where she says that she loves her son, but she hates him more than she loves her son. And she has stopped engaging. She said, you want your child? Have your child, because she does not want to be controlled by this process and this man anymore. Who can be mad at that? Who can be mad at that? And I think that the saddest thing is that this child is caught up in this scenario and in this situation. That's the saddest thing, that she literally, let me just say it again. She has said she loves her child, but she hates this man more than she loves her child. So why then would you think that this woman is going to want to co-parent with you? Why? The thing is, I think if more women did this, as in stopped playing the game, stopped engaging in the... I'm not saying every man who applies to court is controlling, but some are. And so if women stop playing with them and stop engaging with these proceedings and stop feeding into the controlling behaviour, then I think we see a lot more stories like this, because it's clear that he was not expecting the mother of his child to disengage the way she has. He even says, like, I've been on her socials, like, I've seen that she was away. I don't know if she's posting because she's there now or if she was there before. Why are you doing all of that? Go and focus on the child it is that you have filed for custody for. The child sitting in the back seat. The child listening to this whole interaction, and you speak negatively about his mother in front of him. Like, bro, what are you doing?
Okay, let me get this straight. If you went to court, fought for full custody, and you actually won, the court granted you the full custody, why are you acting like she still has to come and parent with you? Because I believe full custody means you are the primary parent. You handle the school calls, you handle the bills, the discipline, the emotional support, the doctor visits, the everything, the sleepless nights. You are the primary parent. And that is what you fought for. If you went to court and you fought for that and it was granted, you shouldn't be complaining, talking about she's not supporting you, because now you are the primary parent and she's not your partner anymore. The thing is, some men fight for custody to spite the woman. They fight to show dominance, to win, to hurt their ex, and some just want to escape child support. They feel like them paying child support is, way too much. They would rather have the full custody, not knowing that having full custody is actually way more expensive, and it actually requires a lot of labor, a lot of energy, physically and emotionally. They don't think about that. They only care about, not going out of their pockets, because they believe the women use that child support. They think it's a technique women use to finesse them. And when reality hits and they realize that raising a kid is not easy, rearing children is not easy, now they want you to chip in. Now they want you to go 50-50. But you asked for full custody. You went to court and asked for full custody. Now, this is why you must think before you make decisions. This is why you must think before ask for some things. That is why most people would rather do the 50-50 custody than going for full custody. Because if you opt for the full custody, you don't have to complain when the other party doesn't show up. You are the primary parent. She can choose to chip in or not.
No, when I say I have full custody of my daughter, that means I am pretty much solely responsible for everything day to day when it comes to her. Let me see. There she is, about to go to school. I take her to school every single day. Her mom has never been to her school. Taking nothing away from her mom either. Like, her mom did try to keep me from her, and I took her to court, and it took years, and I did get custody. But this is what I wanted. This is what I chose. And I say all that to say this. I understand I miss out on a lot. I understand that even in some aspects, I hinder myself for the growth and the betterment of my daughter, and I'm okay with that. But, like, I'm a full-time dad, bro. So, like, I don't be having a lot of free time between my businesses and my kid. Like, I take her to her doctor's appointments. I take her to school. I do everything, and I'm happy to do everything. I'm not complaining, but just, it's a difference.
Why does it sound like he's complaining, though? It sounds like he's trying not to mess up and say the wrong thing, but he's, trying to get the point out there without sounding, I don't know. It comes off as though he's complaining, but he doesn't want to make it seem so obvious that he's complaining, bro.
This is going to sound crazy, but I don't want my children back. It's not because I don't love them. I love them so much. I love them wholeheartedly. I love them beyond comprehension. But I don't want my children back. And I feel like I had to come over here because you guys are so sweet. And my DMs and my comments giving me reassurance that, oh, they're going to come back. They're going to, everything's going to work out and stuff like that. And I believe you. Like, everything is going to work out. However, I don't want them children back. And it's not because I don't want to take care of them or anything like that. I love taking care of them. I love raising them, but I don't want them back for another set of reasons. One, I don't have a support system. I have been raising these children with no support system. And when I say no support system, I'm not even joking. I don't have an emergency contact. When I take them to the doctor, I don't have an emergency contact. I don't have friends. I don't have family. I don't have, like, I take care of everything by myself. I don't have that. Okay, so that's one. Imagine me, one person, taking care of 3 children by myself with no support system, not even for an emergency contact. That's one. Second, I was manipulated into having my children. I was 9 months pregnant on my 21st birthday, and their dad was 33. Granted, I knew he was 32. I knew he was 12 years older than me when I met him. Or at least, like, in getting to know him, I knew he was 12 years older than me. But at 19 years old, I did not have the mental capacity and understanding to assess and realize that I was being manipulated into having children prior than I wanted to. So it was never my plan to have children at the age of 21. My plan was to finish college and go to law school. And by the time I got my bachelor's degree, my son was 6 months old. And I found myself, like, putting off law school because I didn't want anybody else to raise him. I was manipulated into having those children. Third, which kind of goes with the second one, is one of the ways that this man manipulated me into having these children was using the whole line that, oh my gosh, he's the only person with his last name, and if he dies, the last name's going to go with him. I don't know why that was enough, but then again, I was extremely naive at the time. I was coming from so much abuse, so much trauma. I didn't know up from down, sky to ground, like whatever. So he was able to use that. And with that being said, I feel like if you want to continue your legacy, if you want to prolong your legacy, then take care of the children. Because over the last however long, this man have not contributed an increment of energy towards the well-being of the boys. Like, no financial support, no physical support, no nothing. But he wanted those children to be able to prolong his legacy. Why would I continue the legacy of a deadbeat? The only like not like I don't even want to deal with this man because right now he is on my phone. He's playing on my phone. I don't even know why he's playing on my phone because like you have the children. You wanted the children. I took them to you. You have their birth certificate. You have their social. You have them physically. There is no reason why you should be playing on my phone, but you're playing on my phone. Because at the end of the day, it was never about you having the children. It was about you having access to me. It was about you being able to get in contact with me. And I don't have time for that. Because this man is abusive. He's not physically abusive because I beat his ass. I fight back. But he realized early on in the relationship that I had been through a lot, but I wasn't one of those people that went through a lot of stuff and became cold. I went through a lot of stuff and then grew in empathy. So because of that, my ability to empathize have been used as a weapon against me since the time that I met this man. Because one of the ways that he used it in the beginning was to use his mother's death as a way to connect. So I went as far as to even ask, like, because when I say I don't want to deal with this man anymore, like I've been trying to erase any type of connection that we may have. Of course, I can't erase the children, but anything else I've been trying to erase. I set boundaries. I block him. He find ways to get on my stuff. I, at some point, thought about signing my rights over just so I never had to communicate with this man ever again. And I told the judge that, oh, I don't want them children back. Like, I love my children. They will never need for anything. But the only way that I will go back to raising my children and in a way that makes sense to me is if one, I never have to interact with this man again. 2, I changed the children's last name.
All right, y'all. So quick life update. So apparently my BM is finally ready to give me my son. She's been raising him for the past 10 years now, and we've been co-parenting, but now she wants me to take him for the next 10 years, which is fine. You know what I mean? Because this kind of was like a plan. I kind of expected this to happen at some point. I kind of knew she was eventually going to be like tired, frustrated, and she's not going to want to continue to do the whole, parent thing for long. And I was going to have to eventually raise him for the remainder of his life. So after this school semester, he's going to be transferring schools to me. He's in New York with his mom's right now. I'm in New Hampshire. And we feel like he'll get a better education out here anyway. So he's going to transfer and come live with me, and I'm going to be taking care of him, which is fine because, again, I feel like out here is a little bit better as far as education is concerned. And I feel like it's good. Him coming out here, I could definitely teach him a lot in this area, you know what I'm saying? How to be a man. There's a lot of different advantages I have over here that he can definitely would help him out a lot, So I'm not looking for a handout or anything like that. But if y'all want to support me, if you help me out, you won't leave empty-handed. Just go to my page, go to the Shopify link. I have t-shirts that I sell from my brand. Y'all can go ahead and get a t-shirt, man. Go get a t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? That little help would be much appreciative. And definitely will help me out a lot to get myself together for what I got to do and what I got to prepare for the next couple months or so. So I'll be back with a new update for y'all, let y'all know how everything goes once this all happens.
I don't understand why he wrote the caption of "my baby mama gave up." Like, I don't think she gave up. She raised that kid for the first 10 years, and mind you, those are the hardest years. That is when the kid needs the most attention. She did her part of raising that kid, and now she feels like it's your turn. When you say that she gave up, does that mean that for the first 10 years when she was raising him, you had given up? You had given up on your kid? Is that what you're trying to say? Because when you say that she's giving up simply because she now wants you to become the primary parent of this kid, it's like you're saying you had also given up on that kid for those 10 years. You see, one thing I realized is that women make it so easy for these men. Like, they make it so easy. They make it seem like raising kids is actually easy. Cooking, cleaning, taking care of the home. Women make it seem so easy that most of these men don't understand how hard it is to actually raise and rear kids. They think it's just all about, oh, I'll just cook them a meal. I'll just tell them to go to bed when it's time. I'll just tell them to go bathe and, do this and that. It is way deeper than that. It takes a lot of effort, and it is after they get a taste of it that they realize that it's actually hard work. The mere fact that he's already asking for support, now it's okay. I'm not shaming him for asking for support, but ask for support, but don't make it seem like she gave up because now she wants you to, raise your kid. And mind you, he's getting him after 10 years. And I believe at that age, the kid doesn't require as much attention as they did when they were younger. So you can invest in support, you can invest in a nanny or whatever, just so you can make sure that the kid is being taken care of.
Baby, I don't know why this advice is just so controversial, but if that man is suing you for full custody, give it to him. Give that man full custody. Don't argue with him. Give it to him. You want full custody? Cool. Give it to him. Give that man full custody, and you take those kids every weekend or every other weekend or whatever. That man does not want full custody because he wants to be a full-time parent. That man wants full custody because he wants to not have to pay child support, not realizing paying child support is cheaper than actually having the kids every day. Men don't think like that. It's cheaper to just pay child support than it is. And he doesn't want to pay you. He doesn't want to play ball. He doesn't want to be told what to do. Maybe it's authority issues, whatever. Baby, if you were in custody court right now, let that man have full custody. And you'd be like, all right, I'll take every other weekend. Or you'll take every weekend or whatever. And you'll pay a little bit of child support. Because men still make more money than women at this point in time. So take the L on the child support and tell them you'll have them every weekend or every other weekend. Call that man's bluff. That man does not want these kids. Most of these men were not interested in the children when they lived in the same household as them. They don't know who their dentist, their doctor, shoe size, underwear size, medical card, insurance card number, school, teacher, proper email, vaccine records. They don't even know none of this shit, bitches. Just call these men's bluff. Call the motherfucking bluff and say, all right, bet you can take this kid. Take him. Stop draining your mental health. Stop draining your bank account. Stop draining your resources to fight these men. Let these men have these kids, because these men are listening to these red pill manosphere douchebags on podcasts, not realizing that 99% of these men on these podcasts don't even have kids, so they're just talking out their ass. But all these men on these podcasts, most of them, especially the ones with millions of followers, have money to pay for a nanny. That's easy for them. But baby, these regular smegular men do not have money to pay for a nanny. They don't have money to pay for childcare. They don't even know anything. So ladies, call the bluff. Let these fucking men have these kids. And I guarantee you within 2 weeks, these men will be back.
I'm never getting into a custody battle with a man. You can have the kids. No. Oh yeah, I will fight for my kids. You don't have to. You can have them. You can have the kids. Have full custody of the children. I will see them every other holiday. Normalize men having full custody of their children. Please, guys. Why am I fighting for custody? Let's all be for real.
I get a text message from my ex-husband that says, hey, if I text you a grocery list and Venmo you, can you send me an Instacart? If the boys are in their pajamas and I promised them spaghetti tonight for dinner, but I don't have the things for spaghetti. Okay. And so instead of getting the boys dressed and getting their shoes on and going to the store, can you just order Instacart and have it delivered to my apartment? It's easier. Ooh. Everything about the value that I may or may not have added to that man's life started to make sense. Mm-hmm.
He wants to access all the privileges and benefits that he had with you when you were his wife, now that you're his ex-wife. He really said I'd have to get them out of their pajamas and take them down to the grocery store to get the items. You mean like any other parent? He needs to figure it out, just like how you would have to figure it out if they were with you. I don't think you're doing anything malicious, but it's not your job to make his life easier. Some men don't appreciate the ability to just get up and go because the default parent is always there. They can stay out on the golf course for 5 or 6 hours because somebody's watching the kids. They can volunteer to work late any night of the week because somebody's going to make sure those kids are taken care of. He's realizing the hard way, no, you're going to have to figure it out. I'm sure now that he's on his own, he realizes there's no laundry fairy that washes, dries, folds laundry and puts it away. There's no dish fairy that does the same thing for the dishes. He's about to realize there's no grocery fairy who downloads an app, who places items in a cart, who makes proper substitutions, who pays for it, tracks back to delivery. He's about to realize all of that. And he would have never known any of that if he didn't finally have to step up and do it himself.
Have you guys heard about the story where the guy asked for 50-50 custody of his children after him and his wife split? And now, being that he's figuring out that the workload is too tough for him, he is begging for his wife back. So the wife don't want anything to do with it. She is comfortable with doing 50-50 custody because she says now she gets some freedom. Now her workload is light, you know, and he understanding like how much she was really putting into the children, the home, him, everything. She says that when they were together that he really didn't help out with anything that had anything to do with the house, the baby, pretty much anything. All that he thought that he had to do was go home and bring home the bacon, and that was it. And this story is so fucking funny to me because he bragged to her saying that like, yeah, since we're divorced and you're leaving me, that your life is going to be much harder without me. And now she's out here living her fucking best life because now she don't have to take care of him. She don't have to take care of the house. She only has to take care of the child half of the time. And so he is like regretting his decision on taking 50% of the custody of the child. To say, you got to be careful what the fuck you ask for, fellas. And keep in mind that the baby is only 14 months old. So this little motherfucker is running circles around his ass and he don't know what to do about it. But oh well, you snooze, you lose, bitch.
But where I was gonna take? I was probably in Georgia. Where I was gonna take him, bro? And did you lose your job? You ain't lose your job, right? You.
My favorite part about that video was the comments. If she's so unfit, why would you want her to come get them? He sounds like he didn't want custody. He wanted control. Exactly. Sounds like taking the kids was a power move that didn't work out. Oh, he took them out of state and expects her to come get them because he has to work? Girl, enjoy Cabo. He probably knew she was going to Cabo and is trying to stop the trip. Stop lying. You took her to court, didn't want to pay her that little child support that you swore she was gold digging for. Now you got all your money and your kids. Enjoy Cabo, mama. Aren't y'all the self-proclaimed leaders and better parents? Take it to the chin like a man and get off the internet looking for attention and a way to tear down the women you chose to put your seed in. You're not a victim. I mean, women take care of the kids, dads cancel, and mom has to figure it out. Congratulations on being a single mom now. Should have chose better. There were signs. And the fact that this comment came from a man? Nah, he took him because he wanted to break her spirit and she on her way to Cabo. This guy took her to court, fought for full custody, claimed she was unfit, and got full custody. Now he wants her to come and get the kids? She's so unfit, why on earth would you want her to be around the kids? It sounds like you took her to court, told a bunch of lies about her to get full custody, got full custody, and now you expect her to still come and get the kids? She doesn't have to now. You're the custodial parent. They're your responsibility. You need childcare, you need to figure it out on your own. She's free to go live it up in Cabo if she wants. And it's definitely giving I'm bitter and just want to ruin her trip.
I've been a single dad for 8 days because my wife is in the Philippines, and I had no idea it was this tough.
Welcome to fatherhood. Welcome to being a dad. A lot of people in the comments like, oh my God, thank you for spreading awareness. It's a beautiful video. Thank you for helping her out. Helping her out? You had no idea it was this tough. Once a year, my wife has to leave for residency because she's studying to become a doctor. And for that week, when me and my 2 children are here, these little kids is cool as hell. It's no harder than if she were here on a regular Tuesday. Why? Because I'm an active father. Just like she's making dinner, I'm making dinner, doing bath time, kid drop-offs, doctor's appointments. I need every single father to ask themselves right now, if something were to happen to your wife, would you and the kids be okay? Not financially, but would you be okay to take care of your children by yourself? A lot of men who have kids think it's their job to just help the mom. No, your job is to be a dad, an active parent. My wife knows that if something were to happen to her today, me and the kids would be perfectly fine. And I wouldn't have to call grandma to come help. I wouldn't have to ask any of her siblings for help. I would be able to do this by myself. Easily.
Guys, tell me what you think about this topic in the comment section below, and yeah, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell so you get notified each and every time I drop a video. Till next time, I remain Lisa. See you in another one. Bye.